Welcome to RealEye video tutorial. In this video we'll show you advanced options on how to create, run and analyze an eye tracking study. If you haven't seen our previous video about creating study basics, please watch it first. Firstly, on the top right corner you can see a setting button. By clicking it you can change your account settings like username or password, change subscription plan or simply sign out. In the bottom left corner you can learn more by checking our support center. Now, let's create a new study. You can create a new study by choosing a new study button from the menu on the left. Just to remind, there is a study timeline above while creating a study. After naming it, let's name it Advanced, there are some options available. Click on the Show Advanced Options button and list of them will appear. First of all, you can choose if uploaded items should be shown in the test in order you uploaded them or randomly. Second, you can choose if you want to show a separator between images. This will help testers' eyes to relax. Then you will have an option of asking the testers for their name, gender and age at the end of the test. Finally, you can choose if you want to conduct the study with an external survey and testers. You have to remember that you won't be able to use RealEye panelists with external survey and you will have to invite your own ones. After checking this option, you will be able to put the finished test redirect URL, which will redirect all the testers to your page or survey, and optional skip test button URL, which will redirect testers in case they drop eye tracking test. For more information about using external surveys, please check out our video called How to Connect RealEye with External Surveys, or go to our support center. When all set, click the Next button. You will see the Uploading Items page, the second step of a study timeline. After putting your images or URLs, you'll be able to set options for every one of them independently. First, choose if you want to display any instructions for testers before chosen image or all of them. The type text will be displayed for each testers before the item. There can be a different text for every chosen image. Then you can set a display time, so for how long testers should see this particular item. The maximum value is limited by the whole study length, so the summed display time of all images can't exceed this limit. Next, you can enable scroll for testers, for example, if image is a screen of a long page. When this option is not set, the image will be fit to the browser. Last, you can select a part of the image when clicked by a tester, will end a display. You can change the selected area as many times as you want before running a study. To add another item, click an orange plus and put another image or URL. Remember that RealEye platform will make a screenshot from the given URL page and it will not be displayed as a live website. After setting all the options, you can check if everything is exactly how you want it by clicking a Try It By Yourself button. This way you can see what your testers will see and make sure that everything is exactly as planned. Then simply press Next button and choose the number of RealEye and your own testers. If you don't have enough, you can buy more, but this option is unavailable for basic plan. We're now on the third step of study timeline. You can see how many testers you have chosen and an invitation URL for your testers. You can't go further until the first results from any tester will appear. Copy given link and send it to your testers. There's also an option to display test in a language other than English. You only need to put proper language prefix in URL for testers. For example, DE for German or PL for Polish, as shown. We support several languages, so please go to our support section to learn more about this feature. When the first results will appear, you'll receive an email with a URL to study dashboard. Click on a tester from recording list to see his recordings or click the View button on an item to see its heat map. You can also see item settings and study summary. There's also a tester invitation URL, tester counters, Finish Study button and Add Testers button. By clicking it, you can add testers or buy additional if you reach the limit of them. Buying testers is unavailable for basic plan. After adding testers, you will see increased counters. Remember to copy the invitation link and send it to your own testers, especially after adding testers. When a tester finishes the test, his results will immediately show on the recording list. Simply refresh the page and see the results. You can finish your study whenever you want. After all, testers complete their task or not, it depends on you. When you finish the study, you'll still be able to access the study dashboard, but no more testers will be allowed to participate in this test. However, you can reopen your study at any time. Test URL will not change, and you can invite more users to test your items. See recording from recording lists or view button on item to see its heat map. It's a video of tester gaze point through all of the items from the study. Here you can choose your tester. You can also choose if you want to see the mouse movement or not. To see the heat map for an item displaying at the time on recording, access it by clicking See Full Heat Map. Here you can select testers or see summed up data heat map. Now you can choose to see the results from all or filtered tester group by, for example, gender or age. If, of course, you've marked the option of asking the testers for their name, gender, and age at the very beginning of the test. If you see that the data from the particular tester is corrupted, probably by wrong calibration, you can remove his results from the whole study by clicking Ignore this tester button. Next feature can be very useful in analyzing heat maps: View Customization. You can make an item to fit the screen or leave it in original size, choose if you want to see heat map or view map, and above all, change view option for gaze points, point size, shadow, and opacity. As you can see, heat map consists of many gaze points of the tester's eyes. When you move a point size slider, you can change the size of these points from 1 to 100 pixels. Opacity slider changes the saturation of gaze point colors. Thanks to this feature, you can increase the visibility of hot areas if needed. Shadow slider enables you to change the blur of gaze points, making them a nice heat map, not just a set of many colorful points. The next thing you can do is to make an area of interest. Draw a boundary around an area of chosen image that interests you, and you'll receive desired metrics: total time spent by viewers at this area, average time spent at this area per view, average first view, so it means how long it took the testers to first look at this area in seconds, gaze counter, so it's average quantity of gazes at this area, viewers counter, how many of all the viewers saw this area, and if the bounded area contains any text, words counter. But please be aware that this could not be 100% proper value, especially when there are unreadable fonts. Every area of interest made can be saved. You can change the item from the study in the menu above. There's one more thing worth noticing. Under a heat map, there is an orange slider with values from 0 to value set as your item display time. The beginning point of the slider is set by default to 0.5 seconds because of something called central fixation bias. Testers have a tendency to look at the center of the image, especially in the first few fixations after display of the image. So to avoid the influence of it, the first 0.5 seconds should be simply cut out. You can also shorten the time interval by grabbing and moving one of the ends of the orange line and move it across the timeline of the test to see what was a hot point in a given moment of the test. Sharing study is simple. Click the Share Study button in the top right corner and share the given link. For more information, please go to our support page. Thank you for your attention.